Hi guys, it's Marc Zicree of Space Command, also known as Mr. Sci-Fi, and in our last thrilling installment, the last Space Command backers update I sent you guys, we were going to be closing down the studio, we were going to be putting our sets in storage until we were shooting the next Space Command story. Well, we started doing inventory for everything we had, all the sets, all the props, everything, the costumes, and we realized that I had everything I needed to shoot a good chunk of that second story, Forgiveness. So instead of shutting down, we're ramping up. I reached out to our Space Command investors, and we actually were able to have them buy in. And we're now, in November, we'll be shooting a big chunk of the second Space Command story, Forgiveness, starring Ethan McDowell as Captain Jack Kemmer and Brian McClure as Lieutenant Bradbury, stars of our first Space Command film and winners of the Space Command Talent Search. Additionally, the Paladin crew will be back. Nathaniel Freeman as Chilton, Denise Lee as Le Guin, Victor Manso playing Jorge Borges, who was one of the crew members of the Space Command ship Thomas Paine that we see at the beginning of the first Space Command film. We're reaching out to stars of big science fiction films, big science fiction TV shows. We'll be announcing those names very, very soon. It's incredible to be on these sets and to be building even more. It's amazing. Robert Poe, our new set builder, is just spectacular, and you're going to be amazed at what we come up with. If you want to buy in, buy more Space Command shares in the second film, contact me at marczicree@gmail.com, and also you can call me at 323-363-1259. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm happy to talk to anyone. A number of people have been buying in. When Space Command is set up as a show, that will have a very nice return. Additionally, we have a Space Command Patreon page, and there's different levels that you can subscribe. In fact, if you'd like to play one of the two dead bodies in the cargo ship that we come across in Forgiveness, you can actually put in money toward that purpose, and you can have a walk-on playing a corpse in Space Command. Beyond that, if you've got a skill, if you make props, build costumes, any number of things, even if you're not in Los Angeles, you can reach out to our team and we can have you be aboard. Or if you are here in the Los Angeles area, we need people every single day that we're prepping and shooting. So there's a lot more to come, but this is my official announcement that Space Command is on the move. We're shooting the second story. It's very exciting, and it's all thanks to you. We'll also be having a great Space Command panel at Stan Lee's Comikaze Science Fiction Convention at the Los Angeles Convention Center, October 31st, 12:30 p.m., where we'll be unveiling our great new trailer. So don't miss it if you're in town, and we'll be sharing the trailer soon with all of you online as well. Now, also, finally, there's something that I wanted to mention, that Space Command stands for Hopeful Vision of the Future. And recently I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about The Martian, the film that just came out with Ridley Scott, which I really love. And the people on the radio show were pinheads, and they were saying, well, why go out into space? I mean, the manned moon landing was just a photo op. It was like going to Bermuda and taking a snapshot to show your kids. Well, that's not what the moon landing was for, because in my opinion, everyone talks about, well, what differentiates man from the other animals? And they say, well, language. And then we find out other animals have language. We find out other animals have a lot of things in common with us. But the one difference between animals and mankind, as far as we know, no one else has done this, we're the only animal that looked up at the sky and said, I wonder what that is, and went there to find out. And I think mankind, at its worst, we tear ourselves apart. We have these wars. We're very self-destructive as a species. But at our best, we go out in space. We basically band together as a race to do what no other animal on this planet has done. And that unites us as a species. It makes us something greater, something better, something bigger, with a hopeful vision of the future where we actually can go out into space and become more than we've been. And I think that's what Space Command stands for. That's certainly what Star Trek stood for and stands for. And the manned space missions and even the unmanned space missions are all toward that greater vision of humanity and that greater possibility. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for everything you do. None of this would be possible without you. Take care. Bye-bye.